Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Michael Childs, and today we're going to be talking about story time and specifically for the Christian fathers, the importance of bedtime devotionals. Thank you for tuning in. This is Talks on the Road. Doing bedtime stories, specifically devotionals with our children since Asher was a newborn. We strongly believe in doing devotionals at nighttime, but we also strongly believe in reading to our children constantly. So I'll read to our kids, my wife will read to our children, but when it comes to bedtime, my kids have grown up with this idea that dad does devotional. And not that I think that I do devotionals any better than my wife, as much as my wife's a stay-at-home mom, so she gets to see them all day, and there's just something about being able to be there with our kids at nighttime doing devotionals. Now, granted, she's been either pregnant or breastfeeding a newborn for the last almost 8 years now, a little over 8 years, so just the physical likelihood of her being able to put these kids to bed and while trying to put a newborn to bed, it's just been easier for me to do it, just on a practical standpoint. But what's come about all of these devotionals, and obviously now we've got a 7-year-old all the way down to a 3-month-old, when we do group devotionals, which is what I try to do with all of my kids outside of the little girl, Emma, who is 3 months old, we try to focus on just the boys now. There has been a miscommunication of sorts. So just to make light of some stuff, we've had one kid, our youngest, just in the middle of dinner, just begin to talk about Jesus on the cross, which we were like, yes, this is awesome. He's getting it, right? Like the idea that Jesus, the Son of God, died on the cross. And then he just turns and says, but he didn't stay on the cross. And we were thinking in our heads, yeah, that's right, like he died, but he rose again. He says, no, he got down off that cross and he shot all the bad guys with a shoot gun. And, there's that moment that obviously we've missed something as a parent. And then kind of like a sad thing, but just a more evident of the fact that our kids are listening to us, especially when we're doing bedtime stuff, is one of my boys. He had real bad stomach pain here recently, and he was just laying there the other day while I was at work. My wife texted me and said that he was complaining and saying his stomach hurts. He just wants his stomach to stop hurting and go live with Jesus, which on the surface is pretty heartbreaking and sad. That now obviously he is 5, so he doesn't understand the concept of what he's actually saying is that he'd rather die than be alive because his stomach hurts so bad. What he's saying is he remembers the stories of us talking about when Jesus comes back, or when we get to heaven, that there will be no more pain. When we see Jesus face to face, there'll be no more pain. So he's, in his 5-year-old mind, is equating that to, if I could just get to Jesus, my stomach will stop hurting. So again, on the surface, it was kind of heartbreaking, but then when we began to talk to him about it, that's really what he meant. His stomach hurt bad, and Dad, you tell me that if I see Jesus, I won't be in pain anymore. So let's just go to Jesus, and I won't be in pain. So that's just a few things from the Childs clan as we have our bedtime routines. But statistically, when dads read to their kids at home, interesting things happen. What they've noted is your children's self-esteem rises. Yet that there's develops this longing and this love for learning. They've come to figure out that happens when a dad specifically takes time regularly, if not every night, regularly throughout the week, to read bedtime stories or to share stories at nighttime with their kids. It also helps solidify this relationship between the dad and the children. So maybe you feel like you're disconnected from your kids. I would strongly encourage you to think about this question. Often are you doing devotionals with your kids at night? I've talked to some dads and they're like, well, my kid's just too young. Well, they're not really too young, because we read books to our kids all the time. They say to read books to your kids all the time. So why not get kid devotional and just begin to read that to your children? And I promise you, not just that their self-esteem will grow over the years, they'll develop a love for learning over the years, but in my opinion, one of the most important things is you develop this amazing relationship with your child. So that's the tidbit today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Michael Childs. I am the director of the Parent Coaching Network, Just Another Father. We have a YouTube channel where this is being posted. We're also on social media through Facebook and Instagram. Like, follow, share, help us get the word out. And if you're interested, maybe you have a need or you know someone that has a need where parent coaching or marriage coaching would come in handy, please email me, JustAnotherFather, at gmail.com. I'd love to touch base with you. You can go to the website, JustAnotherFather.com. We look forward to doing more videos like this and getting involved with helping you become the parent and or spouse God has created you to be. Thank you again so much. Have a great day.